What is up, my reefing peeps? It's Psywar, and in today's video, I'm going to give you a review of the filter media cups. First, let me say, thanks for checking out this video. If you like what you see, go ahead and hit that thumbs up. And if you're new, why don't you go ahead and subscribe so that you can see some more awesome content like this. So, now that the formalities are out of the way, I've been using these filter media cups for about 2 months now, so I think I can give you a pretty honest review and tell you my opinion. Let me tell you a little bit about the product itself. These filter media cups are made by Rimmer & Rimmer Machine Shop down in Bradenton, Florida. Just a few miles south of Tampa actually, so they're not too far from home. They're a solid piece of injection molded, BPA-free polyurethane. These things are not acrylic. The cups are super sturdy and they'll definitely last you through this tank and any future tanks you have as well. They can come in some pretty badass colors and designs. Currently they only have the 4-inch cups available, but if I'm not mistaken, they have future plans for the 7-inch cups. And now, the question we've all been waiting for: how do these cups stack up against filter socks? As I see it, there's 2 major factors that go into reviewing these cups: cost and performance. The first one we're going to address is annual cost. These cups cost $18 a piece, and I run 2 of them, so that's a total of $36. Compare these to felt filter socks that cost about $6 each. Now, when I buy socks, I'm buying them 4 at a time. That way, I can run 2 of them, wash 2 of them, and rotate them out. So that's a total of $24 a pop for filter socks. Now, we're talking annual cost here, and we all know filter socks don't last forever. So let's say you need to buy new filter socks once every 6 months. Now, all of a sudden you're paying $48 annually for filter socks, as compared to a one-time purchase of $36 for the filter cups. But we also have to factor in the filter floss for the cups. The filter floss that I bought for my cups costs about $7 a pack. The pack comes with 1 piece of filter media, and it's about 24 inches long. Now I use 2 strips that are about 2 inches each, so that's a total of 4 inches. I replace the filter floss about once every 4 days. So if I'm using about 4 inches of filter floss per use, then 1 pack is going to last me about 6 uses. And if I'm replacing it every 4 days, then I go through 1 pack every 24 days. That means I'm buying a $7 pack of filter floss about 15 times a year. That's a total expense of about $105 in filter media per year. Now, I've been adding additional media in the form of nitrate and phosphate pads, and these packs cost about $9 each. So if you factor that in, the cost increases exponentially. But for this review, we're going to take that extra filter media off the table and not even factor that in. At a bare minimum for the filter cups, you have an annual operating cost of about $105 in filter media, plus the $36 startup fee to purchase the cups. That's a total of $141 the first year and about $105 for each additional year. Compare this to filter socks that cost about $48 a year. So, in the case of cost comparison, the filter socks win. Now, let's address performance. With the filter socks, I change them out about once a week. However, with the filter cups and the filter floss, I'm changing that out about once every 4 days. Another thing with the filter cups that I've noticed is additional salt creep in the sump. I've also noticed a buildup of unfiltered detritus in the bottom of my return area of the sump. So, where do the filter cups outperform the filter socks? In my opinion, it's going to be ease of use. There's no doubt that removing the filter floss is way easier than having to remove the filter socks, wash the filter socks, dry the filter socks. It's just a pain in the butt compared to the filter cups. You just remove the old filter floss and throw it away, and then put new stuff in. It's that easy. So what's all this mean, and what's my final opinion on these filter cups? As far as cost, let's face it, in a hobby where a single fish can cost $100 and a single frag of coral can cost $100, what's a few extra dollars in filter media a year? So the cost factor is negligible. For performance, you can't argue the convenience of the filter media cups. They are way easier to use and way easier to replace. But when it comes to the rate at which I need to replace the media, that's where I start to steer away from the filter cups. You see, I'm incredibly lazy when it comes to reefing. If I can change my filter media out once a week instead of once every 4 days, you can bet I'm going to go with once a week. Also, the additional salt creep can build up if you don't take care of it on a regular basis. And lastly, the buildup of detritus will eventually become an issue if it's not addressed occasionally. So, my final take on all of this particular filter cup is incredibly well built and well designed. If you're someone who has their heart set on changing over to filter cups, I would absolutely recommend these. Or, if you're somebody who's just looking to try something new, I would absolutely recommend this brand. I would say that filter cups are definitely a step in the right direction as far as innovation. In a hobby where we're always trying to figure out the next best thing, I think these really have the potential to be that. Also, I want you to know that in no way is this comparison scientific or executed in some controlled manner. This is just one guy's experience with this product. So make sure you take that into account when considering this as well. So, the big question, will I be switching over to filter cups permanently? The answer, no. For me personally, I want to change out my filter media as little as possible, and I want to avoid detritus buildup in my sump. Am I discouraging you from using filter cups? Absolutely not. The cost and performance were so close that the margin for error on my part could have made my personal results go either way. So it may suck, but I don't have a definitive answer for you in the debate over filter cups or filter socks. The reality is, it's so close that it's up to personal opinion. I really hope that this review helps you in some way. If you have a different opinion or a different experience, let me know down in the comments. If you like this video, let me know with a thumbs up. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. And as always, stay salty.